Okay, so this is a review, not necessarily a full-fledged lecture. First place we're going to start, in your book, the Wheeler book. Wheeler? Oh, it's real easy. Chapter 15 and chapter 16. Yeah. I would study the diagrams and all the big, bold letter words. Big, bold letter words, like on page 265, there's this thing called Bennett movement. It's in bold letters. Oh. You know about that. What else? What else do you I know about the muscles of mastication. All of them? Well, yeah, there's all 4 of them. Yeah, it's a good idea to know about the actions. Actions. You need to know the question also? No, where the action is. Well, you should know that there are accessory muscles, and yeah, you should know a little bit about them. We didn't talk much about accessory muscles, did we? No. No. You know, we didn't talk as much about the ligaments as we possibly could have, but I think chapter 15 looks like a really good chapter to me. Yep, diagrams and, yeah, pretty much 15 is a good one. Now 16 is another good one. A really good one. Now I'm kind of an adult guy, so I'm not so much caring about babies. What about me? You know, until they get to be adults, I really don't like to see all of the diagrams. But I particularly like 1627. I like 1629. 1620, not bad. 1620 what? 1620. I like 1637 and 1638. I think 1640 is pretty good. 1648. 1648. I'm sure there are words that go along with these diagrams, but I don't know how to use them. Yeah. The word is the same label in the cross. Is it? Yeah. Yeah, because it's multiple choice. Yeah. Multiple choice question. But it might not be a bad idea to draw things out and label them up. There is some things on anatomy of dentition, of teeth, stuff we did last semester. Well, we did more last semester, yeah. We did a lot of teeth last semester. So anything from like here back to here, it's all good. Memorize it last semester. It's cumulative. This is stuff you need to know for the rest of your life. So if you thought what you knew last semester was no longer important, wrong. So, what? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, we have that question. I think were you focusing on more on the stuff that we were discussing, like in the conclusion, like the semester from last semester, or was it actually like overlap? Yeah, overlap.
Yeah. Can we stand up and read the question, please?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
And,
So the stuff from last semester that you'll be asking us about.
I love your
We'll have,
I love it.
thank you, so do I. The stuff from last semester that you'll be asking us about, will it have a lot, will be related to stuff that we're discussing this semester? Or should we just make sure to know, like, a more broad spectrum from last semester?
Well, yeah, because occlusion doesn't have to do anything with like, crowns or occlusal anatomy or roots or contacts. So,
I got you. Thank you.
How many questions?
5-0.
So you're going to have for dental anatomy?
Huh?
How many of the 50 are part of dental anatomy?
How the hell do you want to know? I just finished writing.
Oh, you did? That's what you did the first semester. We asked in front of you, went over it, and we all just did it. You did well.
I'm not doing that.
Well, what happened?
But I also want you to learn. So I gave you the tip the first one. Yeah. I didn't give it the second one, because I want you to learn. And I'm going to run over most of the stuff really quickly on slides that I have repeated and repeated and repeated. So there are concepts that we're trying to get across. If you go back and look at the lectures and look at the book, you'll see common threads. Okay? I know you guys are giving me a lot more credit than I deserve because I'm just not as tricky as you think I am. Okay? I'm trying to get this so that you understand what you need to know clinically and for the national board. So basically what we've done is the concepts from this class, and I've written them in national board question format. Actually, I stole them from the national board. So, but they are all things that seem to be repetitive through multiple national board questions. So I would say these are important not only for us, but for the future. Okay? So I hand up over here, yes.
Are you going to have some figure concepts that you want to, like, label? Or, like, so, like...
It's a multiple choice stand front test. There are no diagrams at all. If you need to draw a diagram to figure something out, but I'm trying to save paper, so there are no diagrams. Conceptually, I will show you all the things you need to know, but I'm not diagramming them on the exam. Okay? That's why I said, make sure you look at the figures and understand them. Okay? Question?
You mentioned cash acceleration on the email for the midterm. What kind of aspects of that are you going to be asking?
The bowl?
Okay.
There's all, I mean, the bowl, there's the bowl rule, and there may be one in here called muddle, M-U-D-L, which is mesial on the upper and distal on the lower. So if you're adjusting buccolingually, you use the bowl rule. If on the arc of closure you run into an interference, you use the muddle rule. Muddle, M-U-D-L. That's in an anterior-posterior closure. If you run into an interference on closure, you adjust the mesial of the upper cusp or the distal of the lower cusp. You never adjust the cusp tip. Okay.